And good morning. It's Tuesday. Y'all know what that means. It's primary election day. Whatever you do, make sure to go cast that vote today. Very important to get your name on the ballot so that they know how you feel. Let your voice be heard today. Polls will be opening up in about 29 minutes from now, and we'll run through 7 p.m. tonight. No matter who it is, cast your vote and make sure that you get that in. As we look at severe weather today, kind of confusing from the National Weather Service, one part of them says that severe storms will be from 5 a.m. until 7 p.m., 5 a.m. until 1, and then another one says from noon until 4. We're going to go with severe weather this morning as we'll pull this up for you to take a look here. This is a level 2 that starts at Vicksburg, Mississippi and takes action all the way across. And as you can see, we'll pull this up in a second. It's starting to develop in Greenville in the Mississippi Delta. Again, a level 2 here for the Meridian area. As we will follow this. Let's turn this off where you can see exactly where the storms are at this point. And this is why I say it's going to be in the morning, as it's not far out from here. So we're expecting this to clear up by the afternoon. I'm sure that they'll catch their flaw here in a little while and correct that. Going to be a wet one. Vote early if you can. You might can beat that. If not, you can go this afternoon and beat the weather as it comes about. As we look at this, national headlines this morning. LAPD, it's a big town, a lot of officers. They have fallen below 9,000 officers. That's major for a city like that to be less than 9,000. Boy. It's been in the early 90s since figures were that low. Sandra Bullock, we all know her. Her boyfriend, partner, has passed away. He was 57. He had some form of disease and passed away. We pass along condolences to them as they do that. Hank has been moved. He's known for 21 burglaries, breaking in cars, a big old bear. He's headed to from Lake Tahoe. He's going to be shipped to Colorado to be dropped off into the wild and where there's no cars. He's gotten pretty good at it, though. 21 burglarized cars. Yeah, he was after food. Those things happen. New York City Beach, a shark attack. Can y'all believe that? New York. That happens more than you think. She's in critical condition after she was bit by a shark in the waters there. Houston, Texas. The minority owner of the Houston Texans. It's a ball game. Or what am I trying to think of? I didn't say it right. A league. Yeah, I couldn't word it right. He's been accused of sexual misconduct. Javier Loya is who his name is. He's been accused of having relations with someone who didn't want to have them. Kentucky is where it all went down. We'll see what becomes of that. Boy. Also, we see this, another doctor, and this one's younger. This happened not long ago, to where you go in for an exam, they drug you and rape you. This time, the doctor's girlfriend woke up. She was drugged, and she found video of it and multiple other women. He will probably never practice again and will most likely spend a little time behind bars. Those things are just awful. Somebody could take advantage of someone like that. 33 years old is how old he was. He'll have some time to think about that. It is already, let's see here, 6:35. Let's go in and get a good word this morning from the church.
Before our family moved to serve here in Collinsville, I grew up coming here every so often to visit my aunt, uncle, and cousins that used to live here. One thing that my cousin Jake and I always did when I came was go fishing. He usually caught more fish than I did, but we enjoyed going. They lived in Chamberville, and one day we went fishing on that first lake on your left as you go in. And I was probably 10 years old, somewhere around there, and we were having a fun day catching a bunch of little bass. And there was a certain spot I wanted to cast, so I walked out in the water a little bit to see if I could get a better angle. Threw some casts there a while and caught a few fish, but before I noticed, I'd sunk and I had my foot stuck in the mud. As I tried to get out, I realized I just kept digging myself further into the hole. Thankfully, my cousin helped get me out, but it wasn't without loss. Somewhere a size 11 flip-flop is buried deep in the mud of that lake. Do you ever feel stuck like that? Not in a physical sense, but a spiritual one. Like you just can't get out of that rut that's been set before you, or you just feel as if sin and shame has a hold on your life, limiting you to what you can do for the Lord or how you can walk with Him. Yeah, I've been there before. In fact, I find myself there even now. Let me give you some encouragement though. Romans 6:6 tells us, For we know that our old self was crucified with him so that the body ruled by sin might be rendered powerless, so that we may no longer be enslaved to sin. If you're in Christ, sin has no say in your life. You aren't and won't be perfect, sure, but you can live free from the chains of sin because of what Jesus has done for you. Let Jesus pull you out of the mud and go and live for him, because remember, change begins in you.
The Change Begins in You is brought to you in part by Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville, Patrick Allen Companies, Mitchell Tire and Wrecker in Collinsville, and Mowdy Cabinetry.
Y'all look out, Odie's getting ready to pack up a lot of extra activities for our election results tonight. We'll be live from the Temple Theater as we'll bring you the election results as they start rolling in after 7 o'clock. A few of those probably will be available around 7:15. Some early numbers is what we're expecting. We will be on top of it and pass those along as quickly as we get them. All that's on the way. All right, let's get into our forecast now.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Our record highs and record lows as we look at this. Now, there we go, right button there. 1935, it was 105 today. Back at 90, a low temperature of 58 in the early morning hours there. That was kind of cool. As we glance to today, we're expecting it to be 98 to 99. As we move across this to Alabama, it's going to be warm as well in Tuscaloosa, 97, Birmingham, 96, as we wait for rain on this. Now, this is the timing that I was telling you about, 5 a.m. to 1 p.m. here. The National Weather Service had it differently in another one. We're going with 5 a.m. for the severe weather as it approaches. We'll watch this carefully for you there. And this is a level 2. It means we could have damaging wind gusts and a lot of rain coming down. So make sure to join us. We'll be here behind the scenes to walk you through that. Excessive heat. Boy, we've got it today. Significant risk with 115 up to that with a heat index. That's a lot. We've got this area right here that could go to 120 from Jackson down to Hattiesburg. It's going to be hot, hot, and hotter. As we look at this, this will continue through Thursday as well. It's not backing off at all. As we come across here and we look, heat stress in Alabama from Montgomery down to the coast, taking in Auburn as well, all of that's still under that. Severe weather in Alabama will be from 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. is what they're expecting this. As we glance across here, we're expecting severe weather through 7 p.m. Tomorrow, Wednesday, another round of this. We'll get a slight risk of this in the Meridian area, but it'll be a little bit northward of here. As we look at this, the temperatures are hot as we look at our next 6 to 10 days. Hot weather still coming from Texas. Our outlook from Wilson Outdoor Power, 91 today. As we go across here to 94, 96, as temperatures continue to climb. Now, as we had mentioned earlier, they've changed that, the temperature-wise, as we were expecting hotter weather, and with this rain coming in, it's starting to decrease, and it's cut off about 7 degrees there. Going to be cooler than we expected originally from last night at midnight. 94 all the way on Monday. Wow, a week, just about a week out. As we go all the way through August the 22nd, we'll see here Monday the 14th, 94, 93. Nothing major, 95 being the hottest that we get through there. As we come down and take a look, nothing going on in the tropics. That's good. The Gulf is all clear this morning. As we come across, best times to fish today is going to be somewhere right at 6. It started this morning. We'll run through 8 o'clock. Another time comes up this afternoon around 6:30 at the end of the day, right after you get through voting. You can hit the water from 6:30 until 8:30 tonight. Should be good fishing as well. We'll be right back with more.
I'm Kenneth Graham, and I want to be your coroner in Lauderdale County. The job of coroner is primarily about death investigation. In my experience, families and loved ones want the truth. With my training, experience, and background as an investigator, I am the best person for this job. You only get one chance when investigating a death, and this job must be done right. So please vote for me, Kenneth Graham, coroner, Lauderdale County.
The Precast Group, offering you the best selection when it comes to a storm shelter. Located on 145 South in Meridian, where they offer above-ground shelters that can be installed in your home as you're built-in, are conveniently located right outside your home if it's already built. They also offer storm shelters that can be installed in a slight bank or on flat ground. Protect your family today with a very affordable storm shelter from the Precast Group. Highway 145 South, 601-482-0003. The Precast Group.
Same old sound, and no one's answering. Vote for change. Vote Ben Shirley, District 81 representative, on August 8th. Ben will answer the phone. Ben will get answers in Jackson for District 81. Ben will create jobs and promote economic development for East Mississippi.
I'm Ben Shirley, and I'm asking for your vote in the August 8th Republican primary.
Vote Ben, District 81, August 8th. Paid for by Ben Shirley.
And welcome back. As we look at this, as me and Odie were looking at the weather during this, we're expecting this to probably get bad between 10:30 to 2:30 is our best guess of what's going on. Now, we'll be here throughout the day watching this very, very closely as to what happens. We want you to be safe and be careful out there. As we glance across this, it's a lot of folks that will vote today. Make sure that you're one of those. 7 a.m. is when the polls will open up, and you can cast your vote. This has been a long election year, it seems. A lot of talking back and forth. I think a lot of people will be glad that it's coming to an end today. I don't know that I could be a candidate. I would be a nervous wreck right now. I would. It's not easy being one. Odie's been one before. I haven't. He's got to be trying. On the way, MCC is going to be our guest this morning. We'll learn something new. Join us, won't you? It all gets underway at 7 o'clock this morning. We're waiting for you. We'll be right back.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners: